Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun Mugia Rahayu Sagung Dumadi. My name is Riani, a student of Galuh University, majoring English Education Program. This dubbing video is my final exam of interpreting for academic and non-academic interpreting, with Mr. Wawan Tarwana SPD Hum as the lecturer. This video is about sejarah berdirinya Kabupaten Ciamis by Hadiko TV. Let's check it out. By Mataram, Adipati Panekan was given power over 960 Caca and ruled on behalf of the Sultan of Mataram. Adipati Panekan was killed in 1625 by Adipati Singa Perbangsa, his brother-in-law who became the regent of Galuh Kertabumi. As a result of disagreements between the two of them regarding the plan to attack the Dutch to Batavia, then Adipati Panaikan was replaced by his son, Mas Dipati Imbanegara or Ujang Purba, who was in power until 1636 in Gara Tengah. Mas Dipati Imbanegara was accused of conspiring with Dipati Ukur by Sultan Agung due to the slander of his own governor named Wiranangga because of his ambition to become regent. Mas Dipati Imbanegara finally received a death sentence. This incident was very painful for the people of Galuh. Mas Dipati Imbanegara was beheaded in Bolenglang Ciamis by Tumenggung Narapaksa, and his head was taken to Mataram as evidence. His body was buried and is known as a bloody tomb, Makam Gegembung. Imbanegara followers immediately pursued the Mataram troops, and there was a struggle for the head around the Cijolang River. However, the head fell to Lui Pantan and finally it was carried to Mataram. After Mas Dipati Imbanegara died, Mas Bongsar was the head of the Galuh Gara Tengah region. Because he was 13 years old at the time, while the running of the government was carried out by Patih Wiranangga, this Patih then changed the contents of the charter of Mas Bongsar's appointment from Sultan Agung by making a fake charter that declared himself the regent. However, this action was discovered by Ki Pawindan Punggawa Mas Dipati Imbanegara, who found the original charter for the appointment of Mas Bongsar in Padaherang under a house on stilts. Finally, the rudeness of Patih Wiranangga was exposed and Sultan Agung sentenced him to death. However, for the government of Mas Bongsar, Patih Wiranangga, who was still his uncle, was finally forgiven. Mas Bongsar was appointed regent of Galuh on August 6, 1636 with the title Raden Panji Arya Jayanegara, and the name of his district was changed to Imbanegara in honor of his father's name. Imbanegara Regency is one of the powers in Galuh, besides Kertabumi and Kawasan in 1641. Soon it was merged into the Bojong Lopang area. After that, there is another shrinking of the western world by Sunan Amangkuratwan, the ruler of Mataram, who replaced Sultan Agung to become 12 Ajuk or Regency, namely Sumedang, Bandung, Parakan Muncang, Sukapura, Karawang, Imbanegara, Kawasan, Wirabaya or Bojong Lopang, Sekace, Banyumas, and Banjar. Gara Tengah turned out to have bad memories for RPI Jayanegara, so that several times the district capital was moved, including to Chalincing and then to Bandanegara, or what is known as Panyingkiran. Until finally, the capital was set at Barunai, between Cikoneng and Ciamis City. This place has a strategic value, besides being not short of water as well as having a wide expanse of land. Barunai finally changed its name to Imbanegara. At the time, based on calculations, Raden Rangga Kusuma Sembada and Raden Rahmat coincided with June 12, 1642. This moment of time is the basis for determining the establishment of the forerunner of Ciamis Regency.